It's your boy DJ Obi, back with another one. We outside on a Wednesday, you feel me? May 7th. Shout outs to my pops, his B-Day tomorrow. May he sleep in peace. Shout outs to him for everything he did. So yeah, I hope everybody's okay. I'm doing well. I had a good day at work today. I'm outside with my boy Donnie Danger again. Feel me? We just out here enjoying this day. It seems like it's gonna rain, but I don't care. I'm gonna get to it. So today's topic is how to get a job. For all my teens watching, for all my even adults watching that don't know how to get a job, this is how you get a job. I worked at a few places. I worked at some restaurants. I worked at in retail, and I work in a school now currently. Feel me? And like in all the jobs, sometimes you got to move a different way, but you have to have a formula to get a job. I'm going to tell you my formula. First things first, to all my guys out there, this is for the guys. I can't really tell females about the dressing part, but I'm a dib and dab with the females. So, guys, first things first, take your behind to H&M, get you a collared shirt. If you don't know what a collared shirt is, it's a button-down shirt with a collar. You go and get you a collared shirt for about $15, black or white. You go and get you a tie, black tie. You get you some slacks. Now, nowadays, you don't really have to have, a color slack if you swag it out. You know what I'm saying? But I would say get some black slacks or some gray slacks because that color is very professional. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in there with no orange pants. Don't come in there with no purple pants. It's not the time for fashion week. This is time for you to get a job, king. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. You got your collar shirt. You got your tie. You got your slacks. Now, everybody may not be in a position to go and pay that money. There's plan Bs. Sometimes you gotta, be humble. Call one of your mans. Yo, what's up, bro? You got a collar shirt I can wash quick, fast? You got a tie? Let me hold some slacks, things like that. And you can go for an hour and go and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Go to a thrift store. You could go to the Goodwill. The Goodwill has good things. You can even maybe try a school, a pantry, all of these. There's so many opportunities out there, but you got to chase it. And you also got to look like you want it. I learned that working at Macy's. At Macy's, you had to have a black button-down shirt, black pants every day. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you came to work with a white shirt, you was going home in that white shirt. It wasn't no, oh, all right, you can still work. So we got to make sure that we own it with with how we look. Your feet. Sneakers, I wouldn't say wear no sneakers. Now, if you got on sneakers, your interview needs to be outstanding. You need to be telling them, I would say if you got on sneakers, that's only because you're applying to a sneaker store like Foot Locker, something where they're going to look at your feet. If you go into a place like the DMV for an interview, they're not looking at your feet, bro. They want to know if you could type this up, do this, do that, make this deadline, hit this. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about your Air Maxes. So it would be nice if you could go and try to get you a pair of black shoes. And if you do wear sneakers, get some all black sneakers, like some all black Calm Adidas, the soft taco looking ones. You know what I'm saying? And you go and get you a pair of Adidas, dress it up, and you do what you got to do. Now, once you have your button down, your tie, your slacks, and your shoes or your black sneakers, your next thing to do is take care of your hair and your face. You have to wash your face, brush your teeth, wash your hair that night. Take care of those things so you come in here looking fresh. Nobody want to see you straight out of bed, looking like you just came from a party. So make sure you are together. Vaseline, Blistex, all of this stuff. Try not to also with your resume. Make sure you have your resume printed out. Try to get your resume printed out. One page if possible. I was always taught if you could get all your stuff on one page, it looks good. I was also told that and it does work. Some people just want to look talk to you. They don't want to be flipping through pages. It's drawn out. They didn't come here to see an essay. They came here to see what you did in the past 5 years, really. And if you have no experience, everybody has experience in a way. You just got to think back, If you're trying to work in a school, you can say, hey, I worked in a daycare, or I've taken care of my mom's, um, I've taken care of a friend of the family's kids, things like that. And that's still experience. You could tell them, look, I fed them at this time. I did this at this time. I changed diapers. I read to them. I did their ABCs. They would trace this. All of that matters when you're working, when you're trying to get a job in a school or a job in an after school or something like that. Now, yeah, we was on the feet, we was on the face, we was on washing everything and making sure we good. Make sure you smell good when you come into this interview. Don't walk up in there smelling like weed, cigarettes, liquor. You're not getting a job off that. Make sure you coming in there smelling like, fabric softener or some cologne. Try to find something and do your thing. There's so many samples. You could go into a store and get a sample. Spray yourself, bang, 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 bang. You good. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason for you to be stink at an interview because it's just not good, Somebody may not take you serious. They may think that that's what you do. That's how you carry yourself every day. Like, every day we're going to smell this person. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, I can't say everybody, but we have the ability to try to keep ourselves and maintain ourselves so that we don't smell all crazy, period. Especially if you have the resources. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've seen some homeless people that I don't smell. They walk past me, you don't smell nothing. And if they can do it, we all can do it. When you're going into this job, you have to be confident. Confident is a very big part of the whole interview. Like, if you don't walk in there with your head held high, good afternoon, good morning, things like that, you're not getting the job. You can't walk up in a place and be meek. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the word meek means, it means like timid and scared and too quiet. You got to walk up in a place like, hello, I'm an asset to this business. If I come here, if you give me the job, I'll make sure. I could guarantee you that I'll be here doing my thing. I'll change something here, whether it be the dynamic of how people work, whether it be how clean it is. You'll make sure it's better, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, a firm handshake, fellas. When you shaking the hand, another women or man, you have to make sure that your hand is not limp and you just sitting here like, hello. That's already a sign of timid. You've never been in situations. Firm grip. You don't have to OD and grab their hands, but you need to make it to where it's like, yo, I see you. You see me. I'm here with you, It's equivalent to if you're playing basketball, right? And we on a court and I'm passing a ball to you, a chest pass. If I throw the ball light, somebody can steal it. The opponent can steal that. You need to be firm. Throw that ball. Get it to your person. That's how I picture a firm handshake. It's a connection. It's y'all seeing eye to eye with things. You sit down. You talk about only the things that matter. If they ask you your work experience, you speak about your work experience. You don't have to lie. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can see through that anyway. Some people have been doing this for 40 years. They already know when you're lying. So go in there already knowing what you want to say. The night before practice, the week before practice, go watch some interviews on YouTube. Listen to some interview tips on YouTube. Watch this video and you'll even learn. I guarantee you, you watch this video, you could get a job. With your resume, you need to make sure it's clean. If you going for a job to Foot Locker and you've worked at what's a place and you worked at Snipes, you could put that on your resume. If you trying to go and get a job at Foot Locker, don't put that you worked at Pathmark unless you're going for a registered position. If you're going to be on a register and you did the register back in the Pathmark, then go ahead. But it has to make sense. You can't try to go and you was a banker and now you're trying to work at an art studio, but you know nothing about art. You got to really be on it because it won't make sense. They'll have to train you. They'll have to do too much just to keep you. Also, be a listener. Like, be able to when somebody's talking to you, listen to everything that they're saying. Don't just try to get your point across so you could get out the interview because you're bored. No, listen. The interview is going to ask you, some point in that interview, do you have any questions for me? That's a trick question. Say yes, I do have any questions for you. What is your day? What is a typical day for you at this job? They'll have no choice but to tell you what goes on during the day at that job. Whether it be the good, bad, the ups, the downs, they could tell you, and now you'll be prepared. Whether you get the job or not, you'll be prepared for that environment. So make sure you ask a question like that. Also, when you're in the interview, look the person in the eyes. Make sure you're looking at them. Make sure you're not biting your nails. Make sure you're not on your phone. Make sure your phone is turned off. Put your phone on the desk and show that it's off. Show that you can chill without your phone. And they'll rock with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll know that your mind is on a whole different note. Um, when I go to interviews, I make sure to walk up in there and I tell them, listen, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. And what that means is those messes that them people don't want to take care of, I don't mind taking care of as long as I'm getting paid for it and as long as y'all treat me like family. It's those two things. If I'm treated like I am family, I'm not chasing the pay. You get what I'm saying? But if I have to chase the pay, I will. So that's the thing with me. Make sure that you are confident. Once again, nothing can beat confidence. If you walk up in that place knowing, okay, if I don't get this job, I'm still going to keep applying for other jobs and somebody's going to call me. That one no might be 1,000 yeses after that. You might get the job of your dreams, but you have to still go into that interview wanting the job. Let them know that you want that job. Excuse me, sir. I really would love to work here. I've done my history on this business. I've worked in this place, that place. I'm so and so age. I'm not in school, but I'm very focused. I have the time to do this date. One of my tips to y'all is, because I learned this from when I first started working. Sometimes you be so desperate that you'll tell a job, they'll ask you your availability. You'll be like, yo, I could work every day. They're gonna schedule you every day. You're gonna be working from Monday all the way to Sunday. You're gonna be sick. You know what I'm saying? So you have to like literally know what you want. Go up in there and say, look, I'm asking for this. I want this, this, and this from this company. Even you telling them that, they have something to live up to as well. So yes, I broke down the wardrobe. I broke down confidence. I broke down resumes. I broke down what else did I do? You know, the eye to eye thing, the handshake. I spoke about a bunch of things. Y'all watch the video. If you need to run it back, just run it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take 5 seconds to think about some other tips that I may have. Okay, I got it. Another tip is this: when you go into the interview, don't call nobody. Don't speak to anybody, because somebody might mess around and give you some bad news and mess up your whole vibe. Have your music ready, whether it be your gospel music, something uplifting, something to get you right. Don't call nobody. Handle that the night before. Hello, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous about tomorrow. If they say something stupid, you can always sleep it off. You know what I'm saying? Or get your mind right in between those hours. Don't call nobody. So that's coming from me. I don't call anybody unless you're strong enough to block that stuff out. If you're strong enough or you got the right crew, if you got the right crew, that's gonna be like, yo, Obi, you got this. Don't worry about it. I'm praying for you. I know you're gonna get that job. Then do your check-ins. But sometimes you gotta keep things quiet until you get things in the bag. Once you get the job, then you could be like, yo, Donnie Danger, you know what I'm saying? I got the job. We lit. I'm a millionaire. Things like that. But don't be out here saying, yo, I'm a millionaire, and you ain't even get that check yet. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Thank y'all for watching DJ Obi the Mayor. Yo, I'm not going to lie, y'all. A lot of people be seeing me walk around with the tripod, and they be like, yo, what you doing with that? And I'm proud to say that I have something to say. Like, I'm not just out here with a tripod trying to look cool. I'm actually out here doing my thing. I think this might be like my 5th video of me just talking to the camera. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm working on not looking around so much, but I be outside because I love being outside. And sometimes you just gotta look around. You never know. But other than that, it's a beautiful day. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Don't be weird, y'all.